What's up, good people?
Hello, hello.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
What's going on?
And here we go.
Over to me.
What up? What up?
What up? We are
Hey.
in the building.
Yes, we are back in the building,
And you already know what it is. This is Shift Real Talk.
and we are signing in.
Yeah, babe. Please don't help me. Our desire, y'all, is to give you as much help as you need, as you want in relationships, love, and life. Listen, our desire is that you get the help and share the wealth.
Mhm.
So subscribe. Make sure that you put some real talk in the comments because our desire is to talk back with you because that's what we're doing. That's what we at with it. And as always, you can catch us on every podcast platform. I'm your girl, Lady Free.
I'm your boy, Pastor J.
And I'm Zany.
Okay, hitting us with the high notes. Hitting us with the high notes. All right,
Hitting us with
y'all.
the high
Listen.
notes. Hitting us with the high notes.
We are back in the building, y'all, and this is what we're doing. We have a dope topic for you tonight, and we want you to chime in. We want you to make sure you put your comments out there. We want you to make sure that you do what you do because we have the greatest audience, the Real Talk audience, okay? So our topic is when control replaces connection. Pastor J, you came up.
Yes.
Okay, we're not gonna do this.
Come
Yeah,
on.
he got these sounds over here. He's in control of these.
That is-
Stop.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so anyway, you came up with this. Tell us, like, what made you come up with this topic?
Well, here's the thing, man. A lot of people who are in relationship and not just any relationship, when they don't understand or when they can't control how the relationship goes,
Mhm.
or not just control, but when they don't know, like if they was to do something and they don't understand, they don't know whether you would get a great response. You know what I'm saying? Because they always want to control somebody's response.
Right.
So if I don't know how you're going to react to something that I do or react to even who I am, then now I try to control a narrative. I try to control it instead of allowing the relationship to happen, instead of allowing the connection to be what is the spark and not me controlling the narrative. Because when I try to control what happens, you know, I come out,
So
you come out narcissistic, controlling, manipulative,
what's the story though? I know it's got to be a story behind why you came up with this topic. What's the story?
the story, well, you about to
Real talk. What's the story behind it?
What's that story, Pastor J?
well, 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 I'm kind of like I'm kind of trying to help a situation. I mean, let me just say that.
Okay.
I'm counseling a situation,
Mhm.
and the gentleman he's fearful of losing right now.
Mhm.
He's fearful of losing because they're really on the verge of a divorce, and he's very fearful of losing his wife to divorce.
Right.
She's pretty much done.
Mhm.
But
Mm.
instead of really working on himself and using this energy to work on who he needs to be as a better person, he's trying to control the narrative. So he's trying to control her responses. So in other words, instead of just being honest with her, he's saying, well, I'm going to do this because I know if I do this, she's going to respond a certain way.
Mhm.
So he's really trying to control the situation because he's scared of how she's going to respond.
Right, got it. So when control replaces connection,
yes,
it's like the connection that you have with the person you're with should be like continuously getting stronger. The more you
Yes.
get to know that person and the more you're with that person. But at the end of the day, when you're fearful then what happens is you begin to try to control the relationships,
Yeah,
control the person,
yeah, fear allows
the
you. Yeah,
emotions.
exactly.
Right, God.
Not only that, that's manipulation. So what you're doing is manipulating the situation so that it ends up the way you want it to end up, which is not based in truth. It's based in a lie. So what happens is, even though you manipulate the situation, and if she does believe your manipulation, your manipulative tactics, it's going to come out in the wash. So further down the line, you're going to end up in the same spot. But by this time, frustration is going to build up even more, because here she is believing that you changed, and it's showing up all over again.
Well, the thing is too, do you think there's a change if you're trying to control? If you're trying to control,
there's no change. It's
there's
manipulation.
No yeah, it's the level. Because the thing is too, it's like if I think that I'm gonna. I'm sorry. Let me go back a little bit. The crazy part of it is that you can't control nobody's emotions, and you can't control how anybody responds.
Right.
You just can't, and you're not gonna always get a positive response. And the thing is, we don't want people to actually have to deal. We don't want people to deal with how they deal with situations.
I didn't get that.
We don't want people to go through that process when it comes to dealing with certain situations. Right. We try to no. We try to either protect them from going through it, or we try to keep them from going through it. So we control the narrative. So we manipulate it a little bit to say so that because if somebody feels like they're about to get okay, let me say this. Let me go back.
Okay, wait, slow down, because slow down.
Okay, I got you.
All right.
I'm going fast. Yeah, because this is good. But here's the thing: if I feel like right now we sitting in this chair, and I feel like the roof is about to cave in. This is how I feel.
Right.
She may not feel that way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to either push her out the way and try to keep her from hitting the wall from coming down on her. But actually, in her mind, it's like the wall ain't coming down because we sitting here straight. There ain't nothing going on. Ain't really nothing going on to make the wall come down. But because I feel like I'm moving a certain way, I feel like, oh God, the wall is going to come down. And truly, a lot of it is really how we're feeling. So we're creating a whole narrative of how somebody should think or how somebody should feel. So we're controlling their emotions, or we're trying to control how they respond to certain things.
Okay, so let's back it up just a little bit. Hey, Patricia. Welcome. We're talking about when connection replaces, when control replaces connection. And I know a lot of people have dealt with that. It's like, dog, is this a real connection, or is this person just trying to control me? Is this person trying to control like the outcome of my every move, or is he really or she really concerned about me? Like, so we trying to dig deep into like that part. So let me ask the question: do y'all know what the signs are? So if somebody's listening right now, what will we tell them the signs are to look for when it comes down to?
Hey, Ash. Hey, Barbie.
Okay, you and Pastor Jay with this busting in.
Sorry. Look, I have picked up his habits.
Listen, y'all. Listen, we get ready to go to Atlanta tomorrow. We get ready to go to Atlanta tomorrow, y'all. So y'all pray for us. We know Thanksgiving is coming up, and we about to. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let's just start this whole live over. No, listen. Okay, so this is it. What are the signs? Somebody's watching. Okay. I need to know what the signs are to know if I have a real connection with this person, or if this person just trying to control me. So what are some of the signs that we could talk to people about as far as like to pick up on? What are those signs?
One good thing to look out for is somebody that hides the truth. They don't want to deal with the truth. Some people don't think that their truth is real ugly. So they don't want to deal with the truth. So anybody who's not truthful about the situation, they're trying to control the narrative.
But let's dig deeper than that. So if they're not telling the truth, is it because of fear of abandonment? Is it rejection that they're scared of? Is it the uncertainty where you receive me?
That's the root of the problem.
Hurt.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's the root of it.
So basically, we need to probably start digging deeper. Like, okay, this is a relationship. People so quick to like chunk deuces. I'm out. I can't do this, you know. But if I say I want to be in a relationship with you, then one thing I'm gonna at least try to do is let me at least figure out why he's not being truthful in this moment. Let me figure out, okay, so if we know the root cause, to be honest, of control is fear, then what is this person afraid of? What is this person afraid of? Losing? And am I willing to be there for you to go through that process with you, or is it too much for me and I'm just out?
Yeah, like
disconnected.
Like Zania said, the root of it is fear of abandonment, fear of losing, fear of rejection. These are some great fears that really cause you to not be truthful to the person that you're trying to connect with. Connection is everything, and at the end of the day, we want to be with somebody, and we want to know that this person, no matter what, they're going to be there. But the only way we know that they're going to be there is that we give them us in a truthful way, that we give them us raw dog, no matter what. Raw
you
dog.
gotta be yourself.
You gotta be able to be yourself, and unapologetically you.
Right. And if I'm able to be me, then you're in a relationship with me.
What's up, Dad?
If I'm not able to be me, then I'm in a relationship with the person you want me to be. And you're never going to get the best out of this relationship. So even if my truth is ugly, if I'm choosing to be in a relationship with you, I got to know I'm going to have to lay my truth down in front of you, because you were the closest person to me. So if I can lay my truth down in front of you and you pick it up and you help me out with it, and now we working together to figure this thing out, even though I'm not going to burden you with it. But if you see it and you see where you could be of some kind of help, maybe it's some stuff I don't know that I'm doing. And you can say, yo, why you do that? Like you did me one time. Like, why do you do that? And then it brings something to your mind like, wow, I didn't even realize I did that. Now there's growth, right?
But for me, even talking about, so if it is fear, talking about why you're fearful is important to me. Because if it's just fear of losing, not particularly losing me, like you just feel like you just can't lose another thing in your life, then really am I the thing you're fighting for? Because you might just be fighting for the fact that you don't want to lose not another thing. So your focal point won't be me. It's just going to be on not losing. So I'd rather keep you so I could feel like I'm winning.
But that still goes back. That still goes back to abandonment, the fear of abandonment.
But no, it doesn't, because it's different types of abandonment. Your abandonment may feel like, I love you and I know we can work this out. So I'm willing to change so that we can work this out, so that I don't feel abandoned. But then there's a selfish type of abandonment. Like I'm not concerned about you. It's all about me.
But that's what I'm saying. That's the fear. The fear. Okay, right. So let me tell you something. I was reading in my devotions, right? And I learned something that tripped me out, blew my mind, right? Fear seizes you. And I had to wonder, okay, what does seize mean? It's like fear takes like a chain and wraps it around you and holds you hostage. It's like you seizing up, like you having a seizure type thing. Spiritually, fear seizes you. So here I am, right? And I'm in this relationship. I have a fear of abandonment, a fear of rejection, a fear of whatever the fears are that causes me to control. And now I'm sitting up here trying to, first of all, I'm trying to like control like the fact that I'm here, I'm stuck. How do I get unstuck? So now I'm in a relationship with you. Me and you are trying to get somewhere, but I'm stuck. I'm still stuck in that place where I was abandoned. I'm still stuck in that place where I was rejected. I'm still stuck in that place where I was abused, right? And I'm trying to have a relationship with you, and all you can see is that I'm lying. All you can see is the fruit that's hanging from my tree, but you can't see the root. And that's why relationships is important. You have to know these things. You have to look out for these things, because are you willing at that point to go through that with me? If you in a relationship with me, how you gonna relate when you see certain things? You gonna say you a liar, or are you gonna help me through like some of that stuff?
There's another type of fear too as well. Like if you used to being in control, and I'm one of those dudes, like I was every time I took control over something, it would work the way I needed it to work for me.
For you.
And it works. This is what works for me. And this is what we tell ourselves. So you have to do it the way that works for me. Because if it says I'm in control. Because if I'm in control, I know this is going to work. Because for me, but to me in my head, that's working. You know what I'm saying? It may not work for you, but it works for me. I have to be in control because you got to do it my way. Because my way, I don't know what you're talking about, but this has been working for me for years.
Correct.
This is what we tell. So but that's still another level of fear. Because why do you have to be in control? Why do you have to be in control of even somebody else?
It started from the first moment I had that I felt out of control. Maybe when I was a kid. Because we got to understand something too. A lot of the stuff that we go through because of certain things we dealt with when we was in the household when we was kids.
Yeah.
So that's where you get those attachment styles from. Where you have someone who has an anxious attachment style. They're always anxious. They always got to be up under you. They always got to be near you. They anxious because when they were little, somebody made them feel like I could take the love from you and I could give it to you when I feel like it. So I'm always anxiously waiting to see when I could jump in there and get some of your love. And that's displayed in the relationship.
But even as a child, children have love languages as well. You know, as a child, like, you know, so a lot of things, love language, or like what we need for the love language as a child is given from our parents. So if our parents don't validate how we feel, if they don't spend time with us, quality time, this is what we grow up missing. So this is another form of control, because if we haven't gotten that when we were little, then we're looking to control. Okay, well, you're not going to do what my mother did, or you're not going to do what my father did not do. So look, you got to do it this way. So we try to control the narrative because this has been a language that has been missing in our life. So we got to be. So that's another way to understand or know whether somebody's truly, lying or manipulating about being in control. So I want to ask you. Okay, good.
I was about to say, and that's good, because sometimes that turns into perfection, right? Like the relationship has to be perfect in my mind and how I see it. And so you got to act this way, you got to move this way, you got to do this, you got to do that. That need of perfection sometimes could bring on a sense of control too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why are we so? Because a lot of times we build up walls. These are walls, and I believe everybody builds up a wall. I don't. It's like the more I meet people, the more I really understand that a lot of people have some type of wall that they built up.
Mm-hmm.
And this wall is always triggered by a situation that reminds us that we have this wall up. And because most of us walk around with this wall up, because we are the one that put the wall up, this gives us a level of, a sense of security or protection behind this wall. So we have to be in control, because if this wall is knocked down, then guess what happens? Now you can see me for me. But this wall is a protection that actually I can hide behind this wall. I can protect myself behind this wall. And you don't have to really see the real me behind this wall, because I'm camouflaged or I'm hidden with the wall. So most people grow up or have this wall built up. Why do we feel like this wall is the thing that protects us from being seen?
Because it works.
I have to disagree. God had to show me this, because I am one. I can put some walls up, and I have put some walls up, right?
I'll talk about it.
And God had to show me one time that the very walls I thought I was protecting myself from, the things that I thought nobody could see, was the first thing that people would speak on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
But I thought I was protecting myself. I thought nobody could see that because I'm hiding it. You're open to it. Why? because it's the very thing that's on your mind that you think you're hiding. It's the other stuff that you're not really worried about that people don't bring up, but the very thing you think you hiding, everybody could see.
Wow.
And you don't even realize it because you think you're protecting yourself. And what God told me was that's a false way of you protecting yourself. And then you get mad. A lot of people get mad at God because they're like, God, why this keep happening to me? But the whole thing is not that it keep happening to you. It's the very thing you open to that you think you're protecting yourself from. Because it's the focal point that's on your heart.
Yo, I had a dream, right? And
Like
then,
Martin,
right, and
Uh-oh.
then this
it's Marsha. Marsha came.
Marsha.
Okay.
yeah, whatever. But okay, so I had this dream.
He said, I had a dream.
I had this,
Stop, Pastor J.
and in this dream, I was in like, it looked like a tomb, right? And I knew it was me. And that was like, nobody can get in, but nobody can get out. And I felt like it was protecting me. And I had to ask God, okay, what was that all about? It was about me having the fear of being hurt by people because I had been hurt over and over and over again. That maybe if I stayed, honey, it wasn't even a wall. Maybe if I stayed behind it looked like one of them old tombs from back in the day. Maybe if I stayed in this place, that nobody would be able to hurt me again. But what I didn't realize I was doing was I was also shutting people out because nobody could get in. And I'm believing it's my heart. Nobody could get in, and I wasn't coming out.
It's called a hardened heart.
And mind you, I was in relationships during the time of me being hidden in the tomb. It was like, yeah, I'm still in a relationship, but those relationships, guess who controlled them? Me.
Yeah.
And they did not go well because I had to be protected behind my little tombstone. And I'm still trying to be in a relationship with you at the time. So I couldn't commit. I wouldn't commit because that just wasn't something that made me feel like I was protected. So I had to stay behind that wall. And when God helped me,
and others were still, I want to say sorry, and others were still experiencing your hurt, even though you thought it was hidden.
They was experiencing my isolation because although I was there, I wasn't present. I was not present. And a lot of times we get in these relationships from the places that we feel like we're protected from, but where we're protecting ourselves, and we're not present in the relationships, and that person can feel it.
So why do we get in relationships trying to control it as opposed to just not being in a relationship at all?
I don't think people really know that they are controlling it.
I don't think so.
I think that they just doing what they know.
Well, even if you don't know that you're not controlling it, there's tension in that relationship.
It may be, but that's not what you just asked. You said, why do we get in relationships and try to control it? Sometimes people don't realize that they are controlling. Now, this is one narrative.
Okay, well, let me rephrase, because I guess my question is, why do we get in relationships and we're not ready? Because we go in with the level of fear. That fear says, okay, all right, I can't really be myself because I'm fearful of how you're going to think about me. Why even get in a relationship with that mindset?
But who really thinks like that? I can't get in a relationship because I'm fearful.
Because you're not ready for it.
But that's hindsight being 2020. People don't think that they're not ready.
That's maturity.
And the answer is still the same because people don't realize that this is how people experience them. If I'm walking around my whole life with this level of fear and it's normal to me, then why am I going to feel like I'm not ready for a relationship? This is normal. This is my life. Love me for me type stuff. So I'm going to be loved.
Like an example, I was sitting here thinking, you know how a lot of times, Pastor Jay, when you call just to check on your wife, you'd be like, they just checking on you throughout the day, seeing if you're okay, how your day going, right? That's somebody who just
Mhm.
trusting relationship, whatever.
Right.
Somebody who have trust issues that has a little bit control is going to be checking up on them. Hold on, let me
Mhm.
check on my girl, make sure she ain't doing nothing. What you doing? Where you at? Who you with?
Right.
But for
Right.
them, the way they see it is the same way that you're doing it. They see it as a loving thing
The
because
way
they're checking on their loved one instead of checking up to make sure they ain't doing nothing. Somebody has to show them, like Lady Free
Right.
said, that that's
Yeah.
not what you doing. Like,
No.
why you gotta control her movements, her thoughts, her this, her that, and then
And
they
we'll
go
go back and forth with you. Sometimes they'll go back and forth with you. No, I'm not. What you mean?
yes.
Because they just don't know.
I like-
And I've been a victim of that. I just didn't realize it.
I like what my brother-in-law put up there. What's up, brother-in-law? Cowboy fan, let's go Cowboys. He said, you can think you are ready until those issues come up.
Uh-huh. That is so true. Until the issues come up, all of a sudden, guess what? You
It's
wondering why
true.
you're picking on me. You wondering why they coming, why you hating on me, why you coming for me. But it's not. It's just that that person sees something that they wanted to bring up to address because they care about you enough to be honest.
See, here's the thing too, y'all. Remember this. Relationship is important. It is very important. And it's important because the Bible said that it is not good for man to be alone.
Mhm.
This is how important that it was because God didn't want man to be alone. But also there had to be a level of relating or relationship that had to be done in the midst of a relationship.
Right.
And the problem is in these relationships, it's like we don't feel good about ourselves.
The first part.
That's the first part.
Right.
But we'll take what we don't feel good about and look for this good feeling in another person. And that's not what relationship is.
Right. That good
So
feeling.
get that good feeling. So because we trying to get this good feeling, we'll control even the issues that have come because no, let's not talk about that right now.
Right.
I'm not even in the headspace.
Right.
You know, so we're controlling even how we communicate.
Even how we deal
Yeah,
with it.
even how we dealing with each other because it's important that I get this good feeling right now. You know what I'm saying? I just want to chill. I just want to Netflix and chill. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about that. Why we not talking about that right now?
Yeah.
Knowing that the person that's saying I want to talk about it, like, look, I'm up to here because we keep putting it to the side. And
Right.
you know, so we
and people don't realize that's how the connection gets broken. When you dismiss me, when it's something I need to talk to you about that's been on my heart, and people got to remember, oftentimes, not all the times, but oftentimes when a woman comes to you, they come into you after they've contemplated, after they said, man, okay, I don't want to get the argument, and we've gone through the little motions in our own heads before we even come to you about the situation. And now we come to you about the situation and you blow us off. You act like that it's not important until I'm fed up. Now you're trying to do everything you can to control the whole situation. You trying to, it's like you falling and you reaching for everything. You falling and you grappling for everything. You reaching and there's nothing there for you to hold on to because you did not give me anything to hold on to. You kept pushing me away. You kept putting me to the side. You was always too tired. You was always too big. You was always working. I'm doing this for us, but we not benefiting from it.
You work because you need to work.
I mean, yeah, people need to work, but that's the thing of running away. You running away from reality, the things that need to be talked about and the facing issues. So you do the thing that you know that you can do, work.
Evie, what's up, girl?
Hey, Evie.
Because let me say something. Working does not negate your responsibilities at home. You know, some men like to use that excuse. Well, I'm trying to provide for the house. I'm trying to take care of the house. But what happens to your child and your wife when they lack that male influence in the household? And then you get mad when there's disrespect on either side. Well, not saying that there, you know, any excuse for a woman to disrespect the man, but it's so much easier to submit when that man knows his place and doesn't put outside before inside. It has to be a balance.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all.
Before, as y'all saying, but my brother-in-law putting some fire up in here, and then Patricia, let me read what he putting. He said, you are not fully healed, so you don't notice it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then he said, and sometimes still in denial when it comes up, unless they are open to the constructive criticism.
Exactly.
Most people are not
see,
open to that.
And this the thing. If you are getting correct constructive criticism from somebody that you know love you, why do you take it so rough and take it like they coming at you?
Because that's the place you in.
Accountability.
Because but
Say,
think
Pastor
about
Jay?
it.
That's the place you in.
But think about it.
You in protective mode. So if
Right.
somebody come against why you protect. See, the thing is too, we gotta be wise because somebody can really be, and you'll know when because they're always antsy about everything you're saying, and you trying to give somebody constructive criticism when they're in fighting position,
Right.
and they're not going to receive that because they're going
At
to feel like
all.
you're attacking them.
So how do you change that? Because
The person has
they
to.
can't be changed. I can't do nothing. Yes, you can. How do you change it? Because I know that it worked in our marriage, and other people that we've talked to, when they put principles into action, it's worked in their marriage. So how would you tell somebody to kind of change that up?
See, the thing is, man, behavior is shaped. You gotta.
Okay, I like
behave,
that. Behavior is shaped. Now, let me show you how I shaped your behavior.
You whip.
Nope. And this is real talk, right? This is how I shaped your behavior. And this is not to say in a negative way. This was so much growth for you. Anybody that see you can look there and say, wow, this dude have grown, not just because of me, but because of God, of course. But this is like what I would say. I would say little things that made him think. It's like, whoa, babe, hold on. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm coming to you like as a friend. So hold on 1 second. Because he used to he was in defensive mode, putting his dukes up, not to hit me. But anyway, putting them, his walls up all the time. And I would have to say little things to help him understand, listen, that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm coming as your friend. And certain things, because you said you have to shape behavior, those things shaped your behavior because as a man thinketh in his mind, so is he. So what I was doing was I was constantly saying little things to help him understand that we are not enemies. Because that's the way he was coming. Like, it was almost like, he was, hold up, what you mean? It's like, hold up. Let's just have a conversation. Let's just talk about this. So, we're adults.
Yeah, true.
So I always had to say things, sow seeds that would help him understand, but I'm not going to lie and say I didn't pray first and ask God to help me.
Yeah.
And I was about to say, not to take away, you're right. It takes that communication, but it also takes accountability on the part of the other person. Like, for instance, since we're using you and Pastor Jay, it also took for him to say, you know what, it's something that I have to listen to, that I'm not getting. I'm missing it. I'm missing the mark somewhere. Let me see what I'm missing. And one thing I do know about Pastor Jay, he gonna call and say, let me run something by you because maybe I'm missing it. And then he gonna get, some counsel outside, and then he gonna be like, I see your point. So it does take accountability to the person, because there are some people out there, some women out there who say, I communicate. And I know I communicate effectively, and he's still not listening, because it takes two parts. It takes, yes, you communicating on one end, but it also takes the other person to receive and to be accountable. Not just to receive, but to be accountable for their actions.
And we also got to know that sometimes when we think we're communicating effectively, we're not communicating to the point where that person can effectively receive what we're saying. We might be girl, honey, I know how to communicate. Yes, you do. You may know how to communicate very well. But are you communicating to the person that you're with? Or are you just communicating? It's a makeshift communication for everybody.
So Patricia says, not only is that controlling, there is no trust.
That's right.
Yes. And when emotions, she said, and when emotions are high, that means they have their walls up. That is true. That is true.
I'm gonna throw something out real quick. These are some real quick signs to let you know that the person is controlling and that it's not a connection. They monitor or police your time, constantly asking you, where are you? Who you with? When you coming back? And they expect immediate replies and get upset if you don't respond quickly. I was in a relationship like that before.
And I was about to, it's funny that you say that, because I was about to say that. a lot of times when we've been through certain things, and when we've been through certain things, there is a pattern of what we've seen, what we've been through. So what we do is we try to control the narrative of saying, okay, either it's like, I don't want you to go through it, or I don't want you to be that person that does it to me, what I've been through.
Yeah.
So we look at you, and same thing. Why my wife why she had to say, I'm coming to you as a friend, because certain things, and this really was my level of thinking at the time. I thought what she was saying or what she was doing was reminding me of those things that I've been through, that I was protecting myself from.
Wow.
So when she said what she was saying, even though she wasn't that person, that's what we got to realize. She's not that person that hurt us, or they're not that person that hurt you. It's the fact that we really have to deal with that issue, because that issue is always triggered by somebody else, because that issue is still embedded in us. So
yes, you had that issue before you got with her.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'm talking to, but that issue was already there before she came. So it's not her. It's not.
it's not her.
It's not her.
It's not her.
Go ahead, Zane. I see your mind twirling.
My mind going, you see it?
It's twirling. I see it. Go ahead, girl.
Because I was also thinking about micromanaging decisions. That's another sign where every time you make a decision, it's like, nah. See, we got to do it this way. Or that's stupid. Because I was
on my
like
list.
that.
That's on my
That's
list.
stupid. Why
Yeah.
I process or do things is stupid.
Okay, so let me tell you what you was there. That's on my list. The third thing on my list. It says they make every decision. They insist that their way is the best way. Even the small things. They feel like you can't choose your clothes, your interests, or your friendship without their input. Controlling. Controlling.
Pastor Jay was wrong with the eyes.
I mean,
You know I say that because sometimes, I mean, honestly though, sometimes we don't realize it. Our pain, and that's how I was looking like, wow, sometimes we do that, but we don't, some of us don't do it intentionally.
right.
We do it because it's a level of protection.
Well, it's
And
what we
sometimes
thought.
we feel like I gotta be this person because I have to hold down everything. And we really feel like that. We have to carry the weight of everybody. And it's like, you can't carry, you're not built to carry weight of somebody else. First of all, we were not even built and created to carry weight. That's not our job.
That's God weight.
Yeah, that's God
He
weight.
said, cast that thing at my
Yeah.
feet.
So we try to carry weight that wasn't designed for us to carry.
Right.
So we try to hold things down and make the decisions for the things because we feel like, because I gotta carry it, then we ain't gonna do it that way.
Right.
But
Oh, say that again.
because I gotta carry, we ain't gonna do it that way.
And then nobody asked you to carry it. We
Yeah.
should do this together.
Yeah.
You the one act like you gotta carry it. You know, that would have been my response. Oh, but look, okay.
Oh, I
so
got
no-
one for that. Wait.
Okay, go
'Cause
ahead.
That's the thought right there. Because even though your thing is not to control, that is using guilt instead of communication. Instead of communicating what you're unhappy about, or I'm gonna make you feel bad about making me feel bad. I'm gonna swap this all back on you. Because I
Right.
wouldn't have did that if you wouldn't have said this. And I was trying to avoid it, but you kept on going. So you made me act like that.
You made
I wouldn't
me.
have did
Right.
that.
You listen, when you hear that, I wouldn't have did this if you didn't. La 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 la. That's a form of
Check this out. Check this out. There is something trending. I don't know. Y'all need to get up. This instinct. I mean, social media is killing the church right now. It's killing the church.
It is.
It's
really
killing
is.
the church because
Yikes.
the crazy part is this has been going on for years, but now because people are going live doing this dumb stuff.
Okay, I beg to
Yes.
differ.
Wait a minute. Let me finish.
Okay.
Now, there's something trending right now. There's a thing trending where a young girl got up and the whatever lady that was in the pulpit said, well, you gotta y'all because this you Sunday, y'all get up and tell God thank you, but I don't want y'all to thank him for your car or a toy or something like that. You do so she's controlling. Here's another situation where she's controlling this child, telling her how she needed to give God thank you.
Yeah.
That it sent me somewhere. It was like, well, and then when she said, well, I thank God for my stepmother.
Stepmom.
my stepmom. And it was like, I know the devil. And she was like, you gonna keep it real up in here, because she automatically shut down, because she felt if I give them my truth, that they're not going to accept it, because they already showed that they was going to control how they was going to speak. And this is in the church. So she gets up now, because they telling her to be real. They're going to pray for her if she don't be real. So she said, well, I thank God for my mother, my stepmom, because she listens to me better than my mom. More than my mom. And they rebuked her, talking
and
to her.
cast the demon out.
And cast it. I was like, ain't no way in HE double hockey sticks that y'all did not see the error in your. So now you teaching this girl, first of all, how to lie in the church. She probably don't even want to go back to church. We created an issue in the church. Now this is where you're supposed to be free. This is where you're supposed to come worship God. All this other stuff we making religion, and got that. But
okay, so let me say this, because I get so sick of us calling something that it's not. If we see somebody in the military, we call them a soldier. If we see something white in the carton, we call it milk. Mm-hmm. If we see a block of cheddar, we call it cheese. Mm-hmm. But when we see the church not looking like what God said the church was supposed to look like, we call it a church. It is not the church. He already told us there's going to be a lot of imposters coming up out of here. In the last days, there's going to be a lot of false prophets, and their whole job is to get us to do what we're doing now. Say, oh, the church is doing this, and the church is doing that. That's why God let us know we the church. So we got to stop calling that the church. When we see that it's not a representation of the fruit that God said in the Spirit of God, if you don't ever hear the word Jesus and sin, that is not a church. That is an imposter.
But see, that's what they did. They used Jesus and sin in that casting out of that girl, that demon that wasn't even there. And the world looks at it. The world looks at it as, see, we as believers can tell the difference. But when the world looks at it and you have the appearance and you in a brick and mortar, they call that the church. So who corrects the unbeliever who knows no better?
Okay, sis, I'm sorry. I got to beg to differ with you on that one too.
No, that's a question. I'm asking the genuine question, because you're saying, and I agree with you, that's not the church.
But what I'm saying is, you said we know the difference. Let me tell you something.
Okay.
We so blinded by what the tradition and religious rituals have made us to believe is what the church is. You see an unbeliever will walk up into a church, right? Mm-hmm. And they will say, man, what's going on up in here? This ain't. And they know something wrong with it. But we have been duped and fooled to believe that everything that says church is church. So I don't know. I've heard it where we sit up there.
I've heard it from unbelievers, not all, but yeah.
For anything, because that's what we're supposed to do. No, don't question God. Don't question the pastor. But we don't pay attention. We don't open our eyes to see if that's really God's man, right? Yeah. But an unbeliever will walk up in there and say, man, this ain't church. So who really duped? Who really fooled?
I agree with you. There are a lot of believers who don't know the difference, and there are a lot of unbelievers who do know the difference. But then you have the opposite too.
But you know what though? You're absolutely right. What you said. We call it what it ain't. But it's sad because they go in his name and they represent a form of godliness. They represent it, and they put it out there on social media where people can see it. And because they put it out there, of course, it leads us to a comment, but it's like, why put it out there? Because to be honest with you, the Bible even said that there's a way that seems right to a man. They really believe that they were right in what they were doing, because in this church, our apostle, we won't even believe. That's a whole other story in itself right there. He says we're going to be right, and this is what we're going to do. And it's like, huh? So the point is, they really thought that they were right and what they were doing, and don't even understand what they could have caused in this young lady's mental stage.
Disconnect.
See, totally disconnected her from the church.
And that's what control does. Control. You know what? I think people that are controlling, and some which don't have the intention to be controlling, I think they really desire the connection, and that's why they're so fearful. They desire the connection, but they scared to commit, or they scared of falling in love because it might hurt. But they want the connection so bad, so the only way they know to get a connection is to control.
But here's the thing, and I want to say this true because Patricia said something, and I want to kind of piggyback on what she said. Mm-hmm. But this is the truth. Nobody wants to look like they don't know.
Right.
So it's like you have to act like you know, because now you seem smart or you seem powerful because you have the answer or you have the way or you know the way. Nobody wants to come clean and say, listen, I just don't know. I don't know.
Right.
And to be honest with you, that's more powerful than saying you know and you don't know.
This prolific answer that
yes.
You don't know what you're talking about. But let me say this though, going back.
You gotta read King Prime Time.
Let
me go back real quick before we read what King Prime Time said. We have to understand something too, guys. We do talk bad about the church like often behind what we see. But I think what we need to start doing is saying, yo, listen, this is what the church is. So when we see the other stuff, we know that it's not the church. It's not godly. It's not what God called. But we, as those who do know the difference, have to start saying something. And we need to stop allowing ourselves to constantly talk negative about what the church, that's not really the church. Because for those who don't believe, why would they want to come into a church setting when even the people that know better is calling it the church when it's not? But anyway, King Prime says some people think going against the church establishment is going against the religion. So they put up with the questionable stuff. That's right.
And that's manipulation too, because they make you feel like if you go against it, that you're the devil.
Right.
So nobody wants to feel like they're the devil, so they go along with it. But that's the whole point of knowing it for yourself.
Right.
The Bible says that study to show thyself approved. So you must know it yourself so that you know that it is in error. Because if you don't study it, they can tell you that's peak of rain, but you're sitting under a puddle of urine.
Oh my God.
If you don't know what rain looks like, you know what I'm saying, or what it looks like. So you really have to know it and know what it is to be able to say this is an error. Yeah. And a lot of times, the crazy part is a lot of us know it's error and we still stay.
Right.
We know it's error. We know they are manipulating by collecting all this money and knowing that they don't give it to the poor or they don't give it to people because I've seen people say that, that we collect this money and that we do ministry. This is to help with ministry. So when it comes time to doing ministry, you got to fill out applications. And it's like, but you're saying you're doing ministry. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, y'all, listen, our time is almost up. I want to be able to insert like some things that people do need to know, okay? So listen to this. I'm going to give like 3. I'm going to do it real quick. Control creates fear. Connection creates safety. That's number 1. Control takes away choice. Connection honors choice. That's number 2. Control isolates. Connection expands. That's number 3. Okay, let me do number 4 and number 5, and then I'll be done. Control drains you. Control drains you. Connection nourishes you. I had to do that one. You see why I had to do that one? And number 5, control is conditional. Connection is consistent. So if you want to know whether it's control or connection, just with those 5 things alone, run it back, play it in your ear several times. So that if you're in a controlling situation, even if that person means well, then you have to understand that control doesn't do anything healthy.
Marsha King, everybody. Marsha King. Marsha King.
You're so silly. Can I add one more thing too?
Yeah.
Because I want to speak to that person who hasn't yet, or who's just now actually realizing they may be controlling and don't know how to get out of it. While you're in the process of changing the behavior, if you're in a conversation with your loved one and you see that control starts to happen, it's still not too late. You can stop that conversation where it is and then repair the conversation. You can say, okay, let me take a different direction with this conversation because I
Okay.
see I was handling it wrong.
Zane,
Repeat yourself.
Yeah.
Your connection is on there. Yeah.
you got to know that was powerful because your connection went out right when you were saying it. Say it one more time.
Oh, really? I was saying, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I was saying to that person who's just realizing they are controlling, it's not going to change overnight. So when you're in that conversation with your loved one and you see you're going based on habit into control, it's still not too late. You can stop that conversation right where you are and say, hold on, I was handling this conversation wrong. You can repair the conversation and say, let's start this conversation over from a different angle. So it's not too late, even if the relationship is like to the point where it's like you feel like it's not at a point of no return. There is. Even at the end of the road, you can turn around.
You can turn around, turn around.
So I'm gonna say this, and I don't.
Every now and then I get it.
I know, right? I don't want.
Hey,
I
don't
want
get
to.
started.
I want to say this, but I don't want to sound too deep saying this.
Oh,
We have to understand that control, while there is control, we have to be out of control to give the person who's supposed to be in control.
that was the whole tongue twister. Can you say
So
it again?
I'm gonna go back. Let me explain. So in other words, we have to give up the control, be out of it, out of control,
Right.
give it up,
Right.
to give it to God, who is in control.
Yeah.
Because when he's in control, then what he controls is the outcome and the income.
Yeah.
What goes out and what comes in. So we have to be able to give it up, to be out of control, not control, but
Right.
out of control. Like give it up,
Lose control.
lose control, lose it. So the best way to know that you are in control or not in control is to just give it up, give it to God.
Yeah.
Give it to the one who's in control.
Yeah.
Because now when he's in control, he handles it in a way where we are not in control. And we know that only he can do it. Because when we do it our way, we do it what's comfortable for us. When we do it his way, he brings healing in the midst of it. Because that's what has to happen in the connection.
And he's the ultimate gardener. There's a lot of roots
Yes.
connected to
Yes.
a lot of bad fruit that's hanging from
Absolutely.
these trees. The fruit look like anger, distrust, dishonesty, manipulation, which is a form of witchcraft. Okay? But God knows how to uproot a thing. He knows how to get that thing cleaned out, the ground fertilized, and next thing you know, you'll see some good fruit. So if you don't have Jesus Christ in the garden of your heart, then I would suggest that you get him there. Believe that he will clean it up, and trust me, he will do it. He did it for us. What about you, Zane?
Yeah.
He did it for us. And trust me, we was in a bad way. But God, he's so amazing. He's so good like that. He's so loving like that, that he looked at us in a bad way and was like, come here. It don't matter. I got you. You mine. He never stopped saying that. You mine. So with a God like that, trust me, he can take the control from you. Give it to him. He's not going to snatch it. Give it to him and allow him to be in control of your life, and watch and see you flourish. Watch and see.
And what happens is now we allow the connection. The connection is not just with you and the person you're trying to connect
Come on
with,
here.
but the connection is with you and God.
A three,
And when you
four,
connect to that source, when you connect to the source,
come on here.
not that source, but the source.
Come on here.
When you connect with the source, then he brings the connection that nobody can control.
A threefold cord cannot
Yeah.
easily be broken. That's me, you, and God.
That's
Can't
right.
easily be broken.
Yeah.
That's our connection. And trust me, if we did not have God in the middle of this, we probably would not have made it several times. Remember when I took all my clothes out the closet and put them in?
She did it twice. She
Baby, I
packed
took
up
the
twice.
black trash bags, I cut the top out, put the hanger up through there, and I had them things gone in the truck and realized I had no gas and no job, and I was too proud to beg. So I went home. True story. I could not make this up. True story.
And then they gonna ask me to help her bring the stuff back outside, bring it back in the house. I said, I didn't help you take it
I
out.
didn't know how much humility I had to have to ask. I was like, can you
Mia, I said, she said, can you help me bring the stuff back in? I said, no, I ain't help you take it out.
He didn't help me
No.
either.
No.
And I said to
You didn't help
myself,
me.
no, girl, he didn't help me. And I said to myself right then and there, I said, I bet you this. I bet you I'll never do that again.
That's the whole point. That was the whole point. Don't go volunteering to go
Bet you
somewhere.
I'll never do that again.
Volunteering to go somewhere where she wasn't gonna make it far.
Look,
Oh
I did try to control that
She was
situation.
gonna call me, can I get some gas money?
Look, I did try to control the situation, but he wouldn't let me.
But wait a minute, there was another time. That was the second time.
That's what I said a couple of
The
times.
first time, this is a true story. It's funny. We was arguing. We were going somewhere. We was
Coming
arguing.
from my sister's house.
We was arguing, and we was on the way. We was going down
Oh,
Chamblee
yeah.
Tucker Road. We was going home. We was in Atlanta. She get mad. She want to get out the car. So I'm
Let
like,
me out.
let me out. Mind you, where you going? How you go? Where you going?
And I had on heels.
It's 2:00 in the morning. Mia. It's 2:00 in the morning. So I'm sitting here like trying to make every light.
You trying to
She
get
think I'm mad. I'm trying to let me just get to the house. She can do whatever she wants to sleep on the couch tonight. She can. It's cool.
Baby, as soon as one of the red lights.
The light talk. Let me tell a story. Let me
Oh,
tell
okay.
it, Marshall. I got you. So we get to Buford Highway, Chamblee Tucker Road, right? Right. It's a quick trip right there. I was like, oh, I got caught at the light. She jumped out the car. Okay.
And left my phone by mistake.
Yeah, she jumps out the car. She jumps out the car. Okay. I'm not
2:00 in the morning at a
2:00 in
QT.
the morning.
Because I was mad.
2:00 in the morning. Okay, cool. I'm going home. It's only we got 5 minutes from the
I
house.
think we was like a year into our marriage. Yeah.
I went to the house, man. She called.
Call him. I couldn't call
She
him.
couldn't call. I didn't know the phone was in the car. I didn't know. She got out.
Okay, let me finish the story because we gotta go. Yo, so I'm out here on Boost Mobile steps, thinking every car that come by gonna be him coming back to get me. He did
Ooh.
not. So I took my little feet burning and all in them heels, walked up to the Quick Trip. I saw an Uber dude. I said, "Can you please take me to the train station, which was across the street from our apartments?" Off the books. I said, "I got $5." So he was like, "Okay." Now I'm trusting this dude without no GPS, no nothing for anybody to know I even got in this man's car, right? Get to the train station. He let me out. I go to the house. I'm thinking, okay, I'm humble as a dove right now, right? Soon as I get in the house, I see him sleep. I said, "Oh, really? So your wife out here in the street and you in the bed sleep?" He turns over and says, "Babe, nobody didn't tell you to get out of the car." I won't do that again.
Yeah. You won't get out that car no more.
Feet burning, no cell phone,
Won't get out that car no more.
and having just
Pastor J.
She ain't.
You and my husband. You and my husband must be related because he do some stuff like that. He don't do that, but there are the things that he has done that made me want to like just what in the world?
sleep,
She won't jump out the car no more. I bet you that.
like sweet baby Jesus.
There you go, bro. That's a man at peace. That's right.
And you
Sleeping.
know what? No, let me tell you the crazy part. To hear King say that's a man at peace. It's crazy that he did not let my erratic behavior disturb his peace.
No.
But I thought he was wrong for that because I tried to control
I
it.
feel like he was wrong too.
Yeah, you would because she's a woman. No,
No,
don't get your butt out the car.
Because I'm a woman, but thank
Go
you.
home.
Thank you.
Go in the ark of you under the safety. You gonna run away from the safety? No, I didn't put her out. I didn't say get out. I was like, okay, let's talk about. No. She wanna argue. You know what? Don't argue.
Didn't say, no, let's talk about it. The reason why I got out because his mouth was running 500 miles an hour and he was saying some mean words to me. But anyway,
Well, at the end of the day,
if you have peace and somebody else's behavior trying to block you from having peace and you keep your peace, don't let them guilt you into feeling bad behind keeping your peace.
my brother, Fred, you on it today. He said, LOL, you gotta let go and let God.
And with that being said, this is Real Talk. We love y'all so much. We
Yeah.
love the Ship Real Talk family.
Listen.
We want you to subscribe. We want you to share and like this
Okay,
video.
listen. Look, we cool. Look, I want to say this. We ain't at the studio today, y'all. We doing this at the crib, and Zane, this is Ship Real Talk. So first of all, we want to tell everybody, first of all, happy holidays to you guys. Make sure this is the time that you spend with family.
Yes.
Enjoy family. If you got issues with your family, please, go to them, straighten it out. I'm talking to you.
I was about to say,
Straighten it out, get it together. You know what I'm saying? Because you just never know. We living in these times where you just never know. No man knows the day nor the hour when the Son of Man shall appear.
Yeah.
So it's important that we use this time to celebrate family, because this is what the season is for,
That's
to being around family. So with that being said, we will be traveling to Atlanta, Georgia tomorrow, y'all. So y'all pray our travels. We will be getting up with Zania. Hopefully she's making some vegan macaroni and cheese somewhere this week while we're there. So
y'all, it's Thanksgiving. We just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Yeah.
We love you so much.
listen, Patricia, we want to tell you
Happy
we love you.
Thanksgiving.
Thank you for rocking with us, Patricia. Man, you are faithful.
We never
And
met
we
Patricia,
thank you.
but Patricia is
Yeah.
a rider.
We thank
And
you,
we love
Patricia.
you for that.
We want you to enjoy your family. Watch them
Pop,
Cowboys.
We love you,
Yes.
Pop.
Watch them Cowboys.
Man,
My
this is the
brother-in-law.
longest goodbye. No
Because
longer
we're at
goodbyes.
We're in the studio,
No
so
longer
we're rushing
goodbye.
goodbye.
He said we're not at the studio today.
Yeah, we're in the studio today. I ain't rushing a goodbye. I know an hour ago, but we're not in the studio. I'm control now. Control.
Don't
Sometimes-
get out the car, Lady
sometimes
Free.
you
Don't
gotta
get out
take
the
control.
car.
Sometimes you do gotta take control now.
But you know what? If y'all notice, I'm very controlling.
Very,
I'm very controlling.
very.
I acknowledge it.
Let's go Cowboys. So listen, we want y'all to watch the Cowboys on Thursday, 4:30, 3:30 Central Time. You know what I'm saying? I got my Michael Parsons jersey on. I'm still a Michael Parsons jersey. But anyway, that's not important right now. But listen, y'all, we love you guys. You know what I mean? I done took up enough time. I just wanted to take my time and give y'all some love for the holidays tomorrow. Thursday. Enjoy your family, man. We're gonna be getting with Zania and them. I can't wait to see them. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be excited, man. We gonna get together. We may go live. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how we do it. We're gonna see. Or we may just take a break. You know, I don't know. But we're gonna pray about it and let God do his thing, man. But we love y'all. And I'm your boy, Pastor J.
I'm your girl, Lady Free.
And I'm Zany. Y'all, mwah. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, y'all. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the turkey and the stuffing.
Hey.